Hey everyone, in this video I want to walk you through how to develop a crippling work addiction. How to make work so fun and so interesting and so exciting that it's all you want to do. First of all, get rid of all your addictions. I know that's a blanket, easy way to say it, but I've got sort of 5 or 6 points I want to make here, but the very first one is realizing that in order for your work addiction to produce the best results, you need to take all of your other addictions you've got, all of your coping mechanisms, all of your trauma, coping mechanisms, whatever that is, whether it's vaping, whether it's smoking, whether it's drinking, whether it's gambling, whether it's porn, whether it's junk food, all of those addictions, get rid of them. And when you feel the impulse to behave the action out that was leading to the addiction, work. And what you need to learn to do over the next year is basically every 2 to 3 months, you want to tackle a new addiction. So this work addiction thing takes like a couple of years to build this, right? But the way you do it is you pick an addiction at the beginning and you get rid of it. You stop doing the behavior, the impulse that basically creates the behavior that feeds the loop of the addiction. Stop doing it. Let's say it's junk food. And you have a junk food addiction, and so every night at 7 p.m. you have this need to sort of binge eat. Instead of binge eating, go and work. And I know that at the beginning, this is going to seem really weird and very difficult to do because right now for you, work is this really painful thing. But what you can do by just simply doing this is you can basically rewire your neurochemistry and rewire your brain to associate that impulse, that need to feel comforted or that need to feel numb or whatever it is you're doing with work. And what you can do if you do this basically with every impulse you get for about a year is you can sort of reroute your nervous system and your neurochemistry to basically seek comfort and numbness in work. If you associate this thing with feeling the need to feel comfort or numb or whatever it is to then immediately doing work, what will happen if you do that for a long enough period of time, like over a year, is your brain will literally rewire itself to associate work with that feeling that you get from being addicted. What that then does, and again, pre-warning, is it transmutates all of your emotional energy that was leading to your addictions and puts it onto work. And so work becomes the thing that you use to basically deal with and cope with stress, trauma, problems, etc., etc. What this can mean is when you have something bad that happens in your life is you can go insular and you just find comfort in your laptop. It is by far and large the greatest productivity hack or guide that I've ever seen. And the second thing is having a massive vision and transcending yourself. So one way to become addicted to work is to see your work and to see your company or the thing you're working on in the same way that you'd see a video game. And what you want to almost do is gamify your progress and your trajectory. And so what you need to do is have a massive goal. This is the first step to becoming addicted to work, is have a huge goal, like a big one. Like not just like, oh, I want to make 10K a month or make 100K a month, like a big goal. Like you want to make 100 million a year, or you want to have $500 million in your bank account. You want to have $1 billion company. Like you won't necessarily think that these things are possible right now, but the easiest way for gamification to be structured is for you to have such a massive goal and to genuinely think that's what you want. And what happens when you have such a massive goal is all the little milestones you hit along the way aren't going to feel that satiating. So if your goal is to make 100 million a year and that's what you've set and you start making 10K a month, you're not going to stop. You're not going to get satiated by the 10K a month. What happens to most entrepreneurs is they have these small time goals like making 10K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month. What happens after a year or 2 of grinding or work or 3 years or 4 years of grinding is they get that goal and then because that was all they wanted, they stop working. And then they're left with this existential crisis on their hands. They're like, what the hell do I do now? Then they start buying Lamborghinis, they start going on yachts. The reason that I'm so focused on work and the reason that I haven't caved into buying supercars, although I lived on the Palm in Dubai for a couple of years, which was a mistake, but the reason I haven't caved into a lifestyle of travel, of freedom and all this shit is because my goal is huge. I want $1 billion valuation. I want a company that's worth $1 billion. And so what that means is when I make $1 million in a month, it's nothing. It registers to me like it's nothing because, if I'm playing RuneScape and my goal is to get to a level 126 and I get to level 80 strength, it doesn't matter. It's so insignificant. And so one way to keep this addiction sort of flowing and going is to have a huge fucking goal and to have a goal where you think like, fuck, if I had that, if I achieved that, if I had like $1 billion in the bank or 100 million in the bank, or if I was able to basically buy the village that I grew up in or something, whatever weird niche goal you want to have, right? It makes it incredibly addictive because then these early rewards feel like early rewards. Next thing is only hire people you like, okay? one of the most important things in your business and in your career, whatever it is you're trying to work on, I'm assuming it's probably a business here, is only work with people you like. Because one thing that makes things very addictive, and one thing that makes you want to keep coming back to doing the same thing over and over again, is the kind of people that you work with, okay? And so this is why, for example, I've got a product called High Ticket Heaven, which is a collection of basically like 100 founders in the info and agency game, and we get loads of applications for them, but we turn down a lot of people. Like it's a high ticket thing. We do in-person events, coaching, etc. And that's not a pitch, by the way, but the point I'm making here is I am very selective of who we take on. So there are people who have applied for that, who throw their Amex at us, but we don't take on because we don't like them, or we don't want them to be part of the group. And so for me, one thing that makes work really addictive is knowing that whenever I open my emails or my Slack or my school group or whatever it is, I'm being greeted by and I'm talking to people I actually enjoy engaging with. It makes it insanely addictive. You want to hire people that make you feel good, make you want to be there, and basically create a culture in your team and also in your client base and your coaches and whatever sort of business infrastructures or team structures you have that make you want to be there. It's kind of like, think of it like if you were trying to like play a sport or something and you were like trying to learn how to play golf, and you had a golf buddy, and that golf buddy, you got along with him so well, and all you wanted to do sometimes was not even play golf with him, but just hang out with him instead. If you can create that culture in your company, not only for yourself, for your team, but for your clients, for the coaching calls, whatever it is that you have, your support team, you're going to want to be there. And so yeah, that's just a quick video on how to develop a work addiction. Use it wisely.